So you probably click this video and you're like, oh, 17-year-old, 13 grand in a day, he's probably a scammer, he's faking the results and everything like that. Because as you may know, I have another video on my YouTube here that says how I made $20,000 in a day dropshipping at 16 years old. And that was one of my first YouTube videos, so I didn't really know what I was doing. I didn't really know how to explain what I was doing without giving away my store or anything like that. But now since I've been on YouTube for a little while, I can sort of give out a better explanation, because that first video is pretty hard to watch, but it has over 500,000 views. But this video is going to be about how I made $13,000, $210 within one day. And as you can see, you know, this is actually my Shopify. I'm not going to show you guys anything else. The live view, it's not too high right now just because it's sort of late at night and the ads aren't really running that well. So this is all from influencers. Believe it or not, I'm working on Facebook because this is actually only the second or third day of the store being open. So the influencer ads, you know, I always start with influencer ads from the beginning and then leverage onto Facebook. So that's what we're working on right now, is Facebook ads, since we have tons of data on the Facebook pixel. So yeah guys, yesterday it did how much? 9.1. So actually yesterday we launched. It's not even been a day and a half. Yesterday we launched the store. As you can see right there, you know, it wasn't really doing many sales. We were just posting on the Instagram, and then we started running the ads right there. Around 4 p.m. it spiked up, did 9.1K yesterday, and today, the second day, 13.3. So this is all with influencer ads. So now let's get off my phone here and let me give you guys a better explanation. Update before we get back to this video. Now it's a few hours later, 2 hours later I believe. We're now at 14.5, so hopefully we'll hit 15K for the day. That's the goal. So let's get back into the video. So I was going to finish editing this video here and I was like, where's the rest of the footage? You know, I filmed that little intro and stuff, but I couldn't find the actual footage of me showing like the influencers and payments and stuff like that. So basically I'm gonna have to refilm this and show you guys. So just to show you guys that this was actually not me lying or anything, this was on April 15th. That day I'm gonna show you the PayPal payments on April 15th for my influencers, and I'll even show here on my store, you know, $15,174.76 for April 15th. I'm covering up the store name. So there you go. I'm not going to show anything else on the actual store here just because you guys can figure it out. But basically what I want to do now is tell you guys the influencers that I bought from and how much I paid for that exact date. You know, this is a risky move for me. I usually would not give out this much information about my stores and stuff, but I'm pretty confident in this store and my ability to keep it going. And this store is actually not me as the complete 100% owner. I have a friend who started this store, but he really needed help with the marketing, so I came along to help with the marketing, and we partnered up, and now we're basically just blowing up their store with influencers for the first few days, and then now scaling to Facebook ads and still some influencers, because Facebook ads, now that we have a ton of pixel data, we have hundreds of orders, over 1,000 actually, and we're able to utilize that data to, you know, continue the traffic to keep flowing, keep making money. So now let's go here on my phone. I'm gonna show you guys the PayPal transactions. Okay, so now we're on my PayPal, and the reason I'm covering one of the names here is just because I don't think they would want me to show their name. Scroll up here. This is April 15th, my completed payments on PayPal. But as you can see, there are 5 transactions for minus $100. That translates to $100 USD. But basically, I did a $500 giveaway on my Instagram Live. I gave $100 to 5 different people, so make sure you follow me on Instagram already if you don't, because I do giveaways all the time. Back here to the actual shout outs. So the bottom one there is restaurant eating. That was $100 for a 12-hour shout out with live boosts with comments. And then the second one up is Power Media, says that $300 for a 12-hour on Best of Horror, as you can see on the profile picture there. The next one up is Facts Daily for $370 for 12 hours. And then one above that is at Epic Funny Page for $375 for 12 hours. And the one above that was $120 for a 12-hour on at Cool DIY Vids. The only reason why there's $3.78 is because I covered the fee for them from the PayPal transaction. And 3 out of those 5 influencers had over 5 million followers, I believe. What I like to do with my influencers, instead of buying from small accounts, I like to buy from these bigger accounts because they have a much more broad audience. You know, those aren't specifically targeted audiences. They're just large audiences. And if you have something that is somewhat relatable to a big audience, then you can sell it to them and make a lot of money. So my rule of thumb with finding products and finding things that you think people will buy and relate to is that I try to find things that anybody can use from any age range. You know, some of my past stores have been very, you know, narrowed down to whether it's for kids, for middle-aged people, for high school kids, for older people, whatever. You know, I've done that in the past. But what I've come to realize after, you know, trying many different methods of marketing with different strategies and different products is that if you find something that can be used by multiple people, by any age range or any demographic, then you're widening your range to money a lot bigger than before, because before you were only targeting, you know, high school kids. You know, there's a ton of high school kids, but not all of them have a lot of money or have any money at all. So now, you know, you're targeting high school kids and 20 to 30-year-olds. So now you're having people that, you know, have a job, make money, as well as this younger targeted audience that you had before. So let's use this watch for example. You guys already know not to dropship watches anymore. That's outdated. People have made their money off of that, and now the watch brands that are out there are already reputable and make a lot of money with what they're doing. So that's sort of dead. But anyways, off that topic, back to what I was saying is that, let's say we're selling watches. You know, you can sell watches to a little kid, or you can sell watches to a 90-year-old person. It doesn't matter, because it's a watch. It can be worn by anybody depending on, you know, the size of the wrist and depending on how big the watch is and if it fits or not. So, you know, most things with watches, you can change that with bands and stuff. But basically what I'm trying to say here is that the product that can be used by anybody, do the best in my opinion. You know, it's hard to find that big product like fidget spinners. They can be used by a little kid, they can be used by an old person. It does not matter. Any age range, any demographic, they can be used. As long as someone has functioning fingers and a functioning hand to spin it, then they can spin it. And you know, that's something that a lot of people wanted, a lot of kids wanted, a lot of older people wanted it. You know, some people thought it was stupid, you know, but kids loved it, middle-aged people loved it, older people loved it, just because, you know, it keeps your hands moving, keeps the fidgeting away. You know, that's what it's for, the fidget spinner. But, you know, that's something that's very broad, but at the same time very narrowed down, and they had the ability to, you know, sell a lot of it. So that's sort of what we did with this product here on this store, where it's making a lot of money. You know, it's a product that can be used by any age range and by any demographic. It doesn't matter, you know, how tall you are, how short you are, how big you are, how small you are, how old you are, where you're from, all that kind of stuff. None of that matters. With this product, you can target anybody as long as they have some certain interests and some certain needs. One thing with targeting your customers is you have to figure out, you know, what is the need of this customer? What do they want? If I was in this position, would I want this product or would I not want it? There's a lot that comes into it when targeting a certain audience, but finding products, I would try to find something that's very relatable to people, because with these big influencers, you know, you're able to do that and target them and make a lot of money with it, depending on your product and your ad, of course. The ad we are using here, you know, it costs a little bit of money to make because we had to get renders and all this kind of stuff, but it's a very, very dope product, I think, and it's doing well so far, and I'm excited to keep growing the business and continue to expand it. One thing for me, I'm trying to build a long-term business right now instead of a short-term business, because one thing I try to aim for is consistency. You know, if I'm making $1,000 a day, $5,000 a day, I'm not gonna make a video about that, just because, you know, it doesn't bring as much attention as saying I made $15,000 a day or $20,000 a day or whatever. You know, I like to show what brings attention, you know, clickbait, but it's actually not clickbait on this video, because the money was actually made, and I'm telling you guys basically how I did it. You know, I'm not sharing all the secrets and everything like that just because this is my store. I'm not gonna share all of my own methods and everything like that. So I just gave out all the details for how much it cost me and stuff like that, and who I bought from. But before I end this video, the total for the ad spend was $1,265 in ad spend for $15,174.76 in revenue. The product cost is only 20% of that revenue. So we're doing very well here with our profit margins, but you know, there's a lot of things we have to incorporate: Facebook ads, email marketing, and all this stuff we have to get done now that we start to get a lot of traffic with the influencers. So that's gonna be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.